All right. Hello, guys. Welcome to the ISRL Tier 3 Dutch Grand Prix. We got our drivers just heading out for qualifying right now. This is round 3 of 18 for this Season 3 Championship. And I'm just going to take a look at the standings here just to tell you guys where we are heading into this event. Now, Mivako is currently leading. He's got 80 points in that Alfa Romeo Car 2 win so far this season. He's looking to make it 3 for 3 here in Zandvoort. Maybe earn himself a little bit of a promotion or something if he keeps performing like this. ISRL Esports in the Alpha Tower, getting out of the pits just now to start his flying lap. He's P2, F1 Richie in the Ferrari P3. They are at 61 and 53 points respectively, with Built Matt close behind, 49 points in P4. So it's a bit tight there for second place in the championship. 3 drivers within 12 points of each other, fighting for second, and then there's a big drop off there to Marshmallow, Catastrophic with 38 points, and then there's a big drop off to Marshmallow 25, Azen, Jamer Mario 22 each, and the Deck Synchros round out the top 10 with 19 and 16 points. But in Zandvoort, it's the first league race we've done here, apart from our Formula Friday series, obviously on Fridays. But as you can see, very compromised conditions today at the Dutch Grand Prix. We got rain. I don't know what the forecast looks like for the race, but definitely rain here in qualifying, as we're about 3 minutes in here, and no driver setting a lap yet. So maybe they're just going out there for an out lap, hoping to get some dry weather later on. Scarlow, Mason Harris retiring from the session already. Looks like they don't want any part in this wet qualifying. Probably not going to change anytime soon. But that means they're going to start the race at the back. They get tire strategy that they want. They can kind of choose what to do in the race a bit more to their own liking. So it's not always a bad strategy, but on a track like Zandvoort here, very narrow, a lot of people calling it Monaco without the walls, it's very hard to overtake. So it's going to be interesting to see what these guys that are just opting not to take part in qualifying are going to be doing there. They're going to be starting at the back with a lot of overtaking to do. First couple of laps getting set, looks like it's Marks Malo is with a 1:19.6 ahead, but we're watching ISRL Esports here. He's getting through sector 2 there. Let's put the track map on. There's a Mercedes, a fallen monkey I see in the back having a little spin, but the AlphaTauri looking strong. Let's get this telemetry up here and the lap data, just so you guys can see what's going on. Detail doesn't matter much. Everybody's on the intermediate tires, so we're just going to hide that for now. But Stunik coming around the penultimate corner. He's at a 1:10, so it's looking good for his lap. Obviously, the track is drying up as more people choose to go out for laps there. And Astuna goes P4, that's 1:21.3, so still a little bit of ways behind Marshmallow. Mivako as well is a bit far behind, so good lap from Marshmallow there in the Williams. Mivako down in P2 right now. Azen, though, big gap to Azen, 0.8 from Mivako with a 1:20.8. That's how your top 3 stands. We have 12 minutes left to go in qualifying. And a couple of guys are going out for outlaps here. We see, I think ISRL X about to start his, never mind, as he gets loose coming around the final corner. He's going to have to dive back in the pits. Convenient that it happened there and not anywhere else on the racetrack that's not near the pit entrance, because it gives them easy... let me just mute this stream that's about to pop up. There you go. I'm reading your comments. Just open the stream. Didn't want you guys to hear my voice twice in echo there. So here we go. Default views. I can see all you guys. Jordan's here for the spin nalas. You've seen a couple so far. Dry race says Azen. So, alright. So basically, qualifying is kind of crucial here. We have a Haas going off track. I believe that is Synchros. There he is. I hope he's fixed his connection since last week. Does look like he has. He sends a bit of styrofoam all over the racetrack. Tej More Sync, still can't say that name, says good luck to the drivers, and Kyle Hartman Esports, he's in the Red Bull machine over here, he says, let's go. He's excited for the race. 123.1 though, a little bit off the pace so far, but hard to say if that lap maybe got compromised. MTR Bika, a new driver here, he's way off the pace, so he probably had a spin in his lap. We're going to stay on board with Hartman, though. He's on a much better lap this time, and he's going to get himself up to a 122.2, so much closer there. Gets up into P9, and not bad from the Red Bull driver. I saw some purple flash up there for ISRL Esports, and I don't know. Let's see. Let's pull up the tire data here. Let's see what... yeah, so he's just doing a couple laps, I think, just getting... used to the car. Not a bad idea here. Sometimes the injuries can take a few laps to warm up, so it's going to be good to do more than one lap there. Just get them up to temperature, get them a little bit worn in. And is he going to dive into the pits this lap? Yes, he is. JR says podium today for Jordan. Jordan says no, I'm starting at the back. Jordan, of course, in the Tier 2 race later. But yeah, Jordan is right. He does have a qualifying ban for this race. Doesn't mean you can't get a podium, especially on an unpredictable racetrack like Zandvoort. But it's going to be tough. It's definitely going to be tough. Going to the pits, that's the Stunik getting wheeled into his garage. Let's take a look at new guy, MTR, because he lets somebody by. And yeah, 121.2. Definitely getting himself back up into that midfield, but still it's Marksmello who's out on an outlap right now with the fastest lap, and I'm just right on board with him there. Let's get some data off your screen because it's getting a little bit hard to see here. There you go, this is what I want. And Jer says, go for every gap there is and you get that podium. It's true. If nobody finishes the race, you will get that podium. But it's you got to make sure that you still finish the race while going for every gap. So, Vito says you can call the new guy Marin. I'm going to call him new guy. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name yet. Marksmello, though, getting started here on his lap. Can he beat his 119.6? Ooh, Fallen Monkeys, I just saw that in the corner of my eye there on the other TV. Having a spin out of the session. Okay, is it Marin, Vito? Do I pronounce it Marin, or is it Marin or Marine or something? Who's the new guy? New guy is in P8 right now. TNE MTR Bika. So that's new guy. Hopefully new guy gets up to a good race. He's in the pits right now. But on track is Aizen. He's on his out lap. Sorry, that was F1 Richie. Aizen, there's Aizen. What's this? Yeah, I'm not going to answer that. My phone is starting to ring, but we got better, more important things to do, like this Tier 3 qualifying session. 7 minutes left. Still, 5 drivers have not set a lap time. 2 will not because they've retired from the session. Both Racing Points, though, they're in the pits, I think, and they have done this in the past. They like to start at the back and just kind of work their way up with the pit strategy. They did it last week. Sometimes I feel like this costs them positions, but it also lets them do a lot of overtake and have a better strategy going into the race. So interesting to see what these Racing Points can do there. Not the first time I've seen them not qualify, though. 6 minutes left in qualifying. Let's just let's get this stream shared into some F1 groups there. So just gonna type it up real quick so that they don't think I'm too annoying, and then let's get this shared. Hopefully we get some more people in the stream here. There you go. And Croatian boy. Yes, another one from, I noticed when he joined, I said, hey, what country are you from? He goes, Croatia. I'm like, you should go say hi to Vito. Oh, that's a McLaren. I saw that on my stream instead of Vito. I saw that on the stream playback instead of the TV because I was looking at the comments. And yeah, it looks like MTR Bika, Spinya, there is a wheel. Is that from your car? Is that from your car? No? There's a wheel on the straightaway, it seems like, at least on Fallen Monkeys' screen. Let's see, who's gonna get by there? Mivako, I think. I don't see it anymore. Oh yeah, there it is. It's up against the side. Whose wheel is that? Is that the Alfa Romeo? Yeah, okay, that's Noah. So ISRL X, that's his wheel there on the corner. So he's had a bit of an accident that I missed. I was looking up at the comments to get the stream shared, but 120.999 gets him in 9th place for the Alfa Romeo. So a lot of 9s there, a bit of a nice coincidence there. Hopefully that gets him to start in 9th place. Obviously every driver is going to have a tire choice, free tire choice here for the start of the race. So I would not be surprised to see a lot of mediums, a lot of hards, and not a lot of softs. Very likely, but it is possible to do a one stop here, both on the soft to hards, not the soft to mediums though. So if you see somebody start on the mediums, they're not going to go to the softs later on. They're going to have to go to the hards. So tire games are probably, and tire strategies are probably not going to differ all too much here for a lot of these drivers. Catastrophic though, is he going to set his first lap? We're going to see. Legend Vito says the legend says that's the Weber's tire from Germany 2013 that he lost in the pit lane. It just drives around and takes out unsuspecting racers in racetracks around the world now. It's still not over the fact that it never got to complete a lap on a circuit. It's also the sequel to Rubber, that 2012 film about the murderous tire. Anyways, Aizen Jer says Aizen surprisingly high up in the field. Yeah, Aizen in P6 right now. So very good for him. He's in the pits right now. Bill and Matt, I believe, is on track. Is he on a hot lap? I'm not sure. It doesn't. It's hard to tell in the rain sometimes. Marshmallow, though, he did beat his time by another 0.3, so he's showing some pace we haven't seen before from him. P5 in the championship is Marshmallow, or P6 maybe. So maybe Williams looking strong for at least a front row start here, maybe even a 1-2 finish, depending on the speed of these guys. Marksville out on track here for his own lap. 4 guys managing to break into the 119 so far. We got 2 guys that are very close, Aizen and Mivako, only 1/100th of a second apart. 120.08, 120.09 for the Alfa Romeo, and the McLaren driver isn't out on an out lap right now, though he might try to beat that. Got some yellow flags. I believe that's just F1 Richie going slow there, trying to get his tires warmed up. But with 2 minutes left in this qualifying session, it's guys are starting to head back out on track. For the last time, we got a Renault of Dan, I believe, who's just, or is it Jamer Mario? It is Jamer Mario who spun it coming out of the pit lane. That's gonna be the end of his qualifying as he breaks his wing. Look at that, half the wing missing there. Right at as he's taking his outlap before he can even get a lap in, and not enough time in this session to fix that. So he's just gonna park it up on the side and most likely retire there, or let some drivers by. I can see him retiring after this Red Bull goes by, though. Bilton Matt, he's up on his timer now, so not as fast as he was. So he's losing time 3/10ths of a second, sorry, up on his previous time. I don't think he's pushing as hard as he could, though. Marxwell he's on his hot lap. And at a 1:19.3, I mean, he can only beat himself, but he's going to try to do it. Running on board of them as Chilmo retires from the session. I believe that is just coming into the pit lane. Switch over to the Haas real quick, who's coming up on him. And yeah, look at that. He's hit the wall there, trying to enter the pit lane, and possibly even getting loose coming out of the last corner. It's very, very tricky in the wet there. And it's very easy to have that rear end step out as you get on the power and try to maximize your speed down the straightaway. But Marshmallow, he's coming up to that corner right now, actually. And what's his time looking like? We didn't see any of the splits, so it's going to be a surprise coming up to the line. Looking good so far. He's at a 1:10 coming out of the penultimate corner. Nice line through the final exit there, and he's going to be crossing the line 1:18.9. So he beats his time again, Marshmallow, and he's the first man to go into the 1:18. So that setup he's got on the Williams right now is working perfectly for him. And yeah, absolutely great lap. Built Matt, he's on an in lap here. Synchro, who's recovered very nicely after last week's race where his connection was having a lot of issues. He's on an in lap as well. Is Mivako going to be able to beat him? As Mivako is coming around the penultimate corner. It looks like he's a bit slower, possibly, than the Williams there. Should be able to improve his time, though. And Mivako crosses the line. That's a 1:19.2. That puts Mivako P2 on the front row here. Synchro's going to cross the line now. That's not going to change anything. Is that Joe Dimas coming around the penultimate corner? It is, but he's up on his time, so he has a lot of grounds to make up here, and he's going to get a big moment, and that's going to be he's going to dive into the pit lane. Dan is on an out lap, but that's not going to go anywhere. He's not going to have to start his lap. Stunik is on a lap, but that's been invalidated. That's Azen, I believe, who's on a lap right now, and he is. So Azen still has a chance possibly to get into the 1:19s, but not with that current gap. 1.7 seconds up on his time. Is one of the Racing Points maybe going to make a run for it? Catastrophic coming into this little chicane at the end, and no, I think he's way down on his time there. No, he's not. No, he's not. He is down on the pole time, though. But it's not going to matter. He's going to invalidate anyways right there. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think that might be the end of qualifying. There's only Dan here who he looks like he actually got through to the line in time. And Dan might be the last car on a lap right now. But he's had some issues because he's miles off the pace here. And I think he should retire, but that's going to be the end of the qualifying sessions. 4 drivers not setting a time today in Zandvoort for the Dutch Grand Prix. We have, actually, it looks like the rain has stopped. So the rain is stopping right at the end. So that might have played a hand into track drying up just enough for Marshmallow to beat that time. But the order for the Dutch Grand Prix, we got Marshmallow in the Williams and Mivako in the Alfa Romeo. P1 and P2 starting the race on the front row. Built Matt Azen on the second row. Azen, I believe that is his highest qualifying performance of the year. Synchros, after starting on the front row last week, but an internet issue dropped him to the back of the field. He starts P5, and F1 Richie looking to strengthen his hold on third place in the championship, starting P6. Joe Dimas in the Mercedes starts P7. New guy, Martin or Marine or something like that. TNE MTR Bika in 8th place, 120.2. ISRL Stunik ISRL X, who you might notice slight name change. He was IGKX last week. He's ISRL X now, starting on the 5th row of the grid. Both in the low 120s. Hartman Esports in the Red Bull, P11, 121.4. And Catastrophic, whose car is still out on track. Good thing he doesn't have to use those tires. 121.7. Chilmo, 122.4. ISRL Joseph Cozy, 122.9. That puts them 13th and 14th. And then the last 2 drivers to set a lap time, Dan 990 SD and Fallen Monkeys P15, P16. Below that, they haven't set a lap time. They're going to start 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th. And that's, of course, as I get down to the Mason Harris, who missed qualifying. He just retired at the start. I believe he had a couple of things to do. And the Deck, who did not set a lap time despite some track activity. Scar Logan, Haas, no track time for him either, retired right at the start. And Jamie Mario, after that spin, not able to set a time at the end of qualifying. He starts P20th. Looks like Dan actually took a two-place 5-grid position, so Dan's actually going to start P15. I assume he must have qualified P5 or something, or he's going to start dead last. I don't know if this has been applied yet. Actually, I think Dan is going to start dead last here. Not sure when he picked that up, but it looks like it's going to cost him there as he drops all the way down to the back of the grid. So a lot of ground to make up for the Renault drivers. They're going to be starting on the last row, 19th and 20th for both Renault drivers. And it's going to be very interesting to see what they do. They're going to be stuck kind of on the same strategy, but luckily for them, nice bright sunshine here in Zandvoort, located in the beaches of Northern Holland, about hour's drive out of Amsterdam, I believe, in the village of appropriately named Zandvoort. And it's hasn't been raced here in over 35 years. Last time F1 raced here was, it was 35 years ago. It was not the same grid, not the same cars. Obviously, cars are much wider, much heavier, but much quicker nowadays. And that means it's going to be a very unpredictable race. Nobody, or at least almost nobody, has league racing experience here as we get started in 25 seconds here for the formation lap.
No, we've already Mason Harris.
Yeah, and it's going to be unpredictable. It's a tight circuit, as I mentioned in qualifying. They call it the Monaco without walls here. And Vito says, you did the research. I was bored this week, and I just pulled up the Wikipedia, and to fill out the social media posts. So don't give me too much credit, because my research took about 3 minutes. Yeah, as the two Williams get started there, Bill Masters is going to try to get past Mivako right away. A bit eager there on the formation lap. But as the grid gets started, we see the last couple of drivers getting off the grid right now. We're about to start Jared, you calm down. You get your tire data when I give you your tire data. Is this what you want? No, that's not what you want. You want that, don't you? You get it later, just kidding. You can get it now, Jared. Tire data, who's starting on what? We got the top 3 on softs here. We got, then after that, a couple of drivers on the medium tires. A's and Synchro, F1 Richie, Joe Dumas on the medium. The other McLaren, though, going opposite to his teammate, he's on the soft compound tire as well. ISRL Esports after that all the way down to Chill Mo. That's on the mediums as well. A lot of medium tires coming out. A lot of softs too. I wasn't expecting anybody to go on the softs, but it looks like a lot of drivers having faith in how long that tire is going to last. The only drive, and 2 guys getting hit out of the formation lap there. Scar Logan and Mason Harris. Scar Logan on the hard tires, so he's the only driver on the hard tires. So the Renaults starting at the bottom, they have a lot of work to do there. Jerry Mario and Dan, not the qualifying session they wanted. They're both on the medium compound tires. He's getting around the back corner. I think he's realized that the field has not kept up with him. Bill Matt, his teammate, not playing. Oh my God, there's a big pile up in the back there with a couple of guys getting knocked out of the qualifying of the formation lap here. They're just going to get teleported back to the grid there. And JR, have you enjoyed your tire graphic? It looks like there's been some weird driving. Yeah, fastest lap, Marksmello in qualifying, but soon to be not the case there, as we're about to get started here for Tier 3, Round 3 of the Season 3 Championship. ISRL Esports getting ready here. Ignore those red lights that we're seeing now. I'm going to see them for real here on Fallen Monkey's screen, who's in the same room as me. And here we go. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And they're off here in Zandvoort. That's a good start from Mivako, who's already side by side with Mark Smullo. Bilton Matt getting challenged from Aizen right away. Oh, but there's a bit of contact. Mivako's going to do a bit of has-been. Good catch there from the Alfa Romeo. There's big contact at the back, I believe, with Hartman being stuck. So the two McLarens are going side by side here. Tini already getting the better of his teammate. Joe Dimas going side by side with the student, getting forced onto the grass there. That AlphaTauri is going to lose a position to F1 Richie. Down the back of the grid, Hartman, I believe he got stopped in that hairpin there, but getting back underway. And we have a yellow flag in Sector 1. I believe that's Dan who got caught up at the start with Synchro. Synchro started P5. That's a bad start there for the Haas driver. It's starting to spread out a little bit at the front though, but the two McLarens are still going to be fighting, it seems like. Built Matt under pressure from Tiani MTR Bika. I'm just going to call him MTR Bika from now on. But as we go around the bank corner, it's going to be very interesting to see. The leaders are starting to get away, but the midfield still very close together. Mivako, though, he's got crazy pace here. It's going to be interesting to see if his tires can last through this whole race, because we haven't seen this kind of pace from him so far this season. And Aizen, he's trying to catch up to his teammate Joe Dimas. Oh, and that's that's MTR Bika. He's spun there coming out of turn 1 and into the pit exit he goes. Does that mean he's got front wing damage? And no, he doesn't. Very good job from him keeping that out of the wall safe enough that he doesn't pick up wing damage. That's Fallen Monkey's going a bit slow there. He had a moment coming out of that hairpin. And MTR Bika already on the charge back there. He's got to be careful. His tires are probably cooking as he gets past about 6 cars. Catastrophic. Starting to drop back. The deck starting to drop back as well. What's happening with the racing points? Falling many positions down the grid. Let's take a look at the position change. Synchro's losing 13th place, and it looks like, unfortunately for Synchro's, I think his internet is having issues again. Luckily for him, there's nobody near him. That's the deck spinning again. ISRL X 16th after he's had kind of a hard start. Scarlet looking though on the hard tires. Looks like he's up 3 positions. And what's going on in the front here? We got a couple guys. Oh, looks like F1 Richie Joe Dimas going at it for 5th place. F1 Richie getting ahead of the Mercedes car into turn 1. Good racing so far in Zandvoort. I saw Stunek, he's in 2nd in the championship. And he's already challenging there, Joe Dimas, and they're going to be side by side coming up here. He gets ahead, and Joe Dimas missing pace here is going to be forced to tuck in behind the AlphaTauri car. As I just search up a little track map here, there you go. There's a yellow flag. Oh, that's a Ferrari. That's Mason Harris, who's lost it there, coming out of that fast right-hander corner. He's done a good job to get it back on track, but he's taken some front wing damage, so possibly hit the wall there for the Ferrari. That's MTR Bika who's chasing him again, and that's ISRL X. As I said, this is the first time a lot of these guys are going on a full league race around this track. Expect the unexpected. There's going to be a lot of mistakes here happening more than likely, and I'm very surprised that we haven't seen a safety car yet. We've seen quite a couple people losing it, leaving debris on the racetrack. As well as Stunek closing up on F1 Richie. They're not close enough to make a move this time. He's going to set himself up here for the run up the hill into turn 8. And closing that gap to in within half a second. F1 Richie under pressure here. It looks like Stunek is the one making the biggest charge up through the filter. And actually both AlphaTauris are looking very good right now, with Chilmo making up 4 positions off the start as well. But here for P5, it's F1 Richie, ISRL Stunek in the distance there. You can see the Mercedes of Joe Dimas that Stunek dispatched a couple of laps ago. And DRS open now, so he's going to have a chance down this straight, but it's a very short straight here. Mason Harris having some more problems down the order there. And as is the deck. Oh, and the deck, he's going to DNF from this session, and that's going to trigger a virtual safety car. So not going to affect the grid here. We might see some people pitting maybe. The deck having a big moment coming out of that final corner there. And nobody pitting out of these leading pack there. I thought maybe we were going to see a pit stop or two to get off this soft tire. Remember that top three there that got away very, very quickly off the start. They're on the soft compound tires. So it's a different strategy to a lot of this grid. And I expected those guys to pit, but it looks like that's not going to be the case. As I think they should be getting underway soon. Let's take a look at the comments. No new comments for a while. It looks like Asunik is a bit mad at MTR Fika. Asunik already back on the charge on F1 Richie, and already he's close to that gap. So 2000 can make a move here. He's gonna look down the inside, but not close enough. F1 Richie shuts the door there. Oh, he's going to go wide. Here comes the Stunik down the inside again, and they're going to switch again. Oh, Stunik, he's going to try to force it around the outside. That's not going to work. Joe Dimas has caught up to him. These guys are causing each other time. And Stunik down the inside again, and he's going to make it stick. Yes, a jump over the curb as F1 Richie stays ahead. And F1 Richie getting much, much closer to losing the position to the AlphaTauri here as they're taking these corners softly, but Joe Dimas in the back, he was so close, he's starting to fall a bit further back. But oh, they're going to dive into the pits now. So that's an odd choice not to pit under the VSC, but to pit right away here. And it looks like Stunik and is going to stay out. F1 Richie going for the undercut there. Let's get the tire data up. And yeah, they're getting off the mediums, I think, or at least putting on a new pair. And Stunik going to get promoted to P5. Chilmo in P6. He's under pressure from Hartman in the Red Bull, though. Sister teams, they're going at it pretty hard. In the back, you see Catastrophic, who's had a great start since not qualifying, or rather qualifying down the order. It was his teammate who didn't qualify. Up into P8. And Hartman doing a good job staying on the back of that AlphaTauri. I do have to admit, it's refreshing to see Hartman up the grid like this. He's had a couple tough races at the end of season 2, especially at the start of season, especially at the end, of season 2. He's going to go down for a move on Chilmo, and he's going to go side by side. It's very tight in that corner, but it looks like he's going to be ahead. Beautiful camera angle for that battle there. We saw overhead, and Hartman taking the position away from Chilmo. He made that look easy. Just stuck it down the inside, nailed his braking zone, went around the outside of that left-hander, and great move. And now in the back, Chilmo's going to lose more positions. He's losing pace right now. Even with DRS open, Catastrophic is going to get past the AlphaTauri. And let's get the telemetry up here, see what everybody's working with. Looks like Catastrophic is running with high ERS there, 50% on the battery. Chilmo at 35. He has to start saving. He's going to have to stand a chance to get past the racing point here. Stunik taking a penalty up the field, but it's not going to matter too much with how much of a gap he's building to the cars behind him. ISRL Scar Logan, he's looking very good here as he's chasing down Fallen Monkeys. He's started on the hard tire compound, the only driver to do so. He's still one of 3 drivers, the other 2 being the Renaults, to be on the hard tire compound, and it was making it work for him. Obviously, he's a little bit slower than the other drivers, but he gets to go very deep into this race. And the hard tire compound can easily last 20, if not more laps here, 25 maybe. So he's going to take a quick peek down the inside there, not going to go for it on Fallen Monkeys, and trying to set up the overtake here down the straight. He gets a good exit. He's going to be all over the back of that Mercedes, and with a little bit, no, actually Fallen Monkeys has a lot more overtake to work with there. He needs to get on with it and leave Scar Mobile. Actually, they're both going to pit. Scar Logan's going to pit off the hards. This is a very questionable decision there from Scar Logan. He's on the hards. He can go so deep into this race. I think he must not be happy. Or actually, they're both serving drive-through. So this battle is actually just going to take is going to keep going right away here. I think they both took a penalty for speeding under safety car, but they're both going to come out one behind another. So Scar Logan's going to be all over the back of Monkeys in just a little bit, I would think. Chill Mo getting closer to the back of Catastrophic. 0.6. He was a little bit further back there, nearly dropped out of DRS range, but he's back and he's ready to attack there. It's going to be interesting to see what he can do. And as the AlphaTauri driver is pondering now, is how much does he save? And actually, he's been doing a much better job at saving than the Racing Point. He's got way more ERS there, and he's going to be able to put into overtake onto this main straight, open DRS, hopefully get past the Racing Point. But there's battles throughout the field here, and on a tight circuit like this, it's honestly very surprising to see that not more incidents going on. We haven't seen any guys hitting each other off track yet or anything, so very pleasantly surprised to see how clean these drivers are keeping it here. Chilmo's starting to fall a little bit further back though. Scar Logan getting closer to Fallen Monkeys again. He's going to have a peek down the inside here, and he's going to be far ahead by the braking zone. And Fallen Monkeys going to try to force it around the outside, and he's going to get a good exit, but Scar Logan forcing him wide there. He was ahead. He's entitled to that line, but sticking the elbows out, getting a little bit dirty. Oh, and Fallen Monkeys going to go deep into that corner. A bit of contact with the Haas driver. I saw some debris come out of that Mercedes, but looks like Scar Logan got off okay with that. Hartman up into P6. He's having quite a good race so far. Good job from the Red Bull driver to put that car out of trouble and into clean air. It looks like Bilt and Matt. Oh, Bilt and Matt and Mivako are going to be going at it. They're still on the soft tires. They still haven't pit since the start of this race. And falling further and further back from Marksmall, who's built himself a dandy lead up. He's very good on this track, is he? And Mivako and Bilt Matt, though, as the tire strategies start to a bit overlap, looks like Bilt Matt getting the better tire life, better performance deep into this tires, into the wear here, and gonna go for I think venture a bit of an attack here on the championship leader. Mivako not having the race he wants, but it's about time he loses when he's 2 for 2 so far this season, and barring a safety car here, I think it's gonna stay that way. As that Bilt Matt gets some ERS and DRS, he's attacking very hard here, but this is not the place to make. You just want to get closer on this straightaway. It's such a short straightaway, you can't really make a move there. It's around this bank corner right here that you want to stick close behind the other car, get your overtake done early, and hopefully be ahead by the hairpin, but it looks like that's not going to be the case here for Bill, as he's starting to fall actually a little bit further back, and he's not using his overtake. Mivako is though, and Bill Matt, I think he's falling further back. He's not being aggressive enough. He's saving his overtake, and he needs to get closer to the second place if he wants a chance at overtaking him here. Oh, who was that? I saw some dust getting kicked up. It might have been Aizen or Stunik, as Aizen getting past the Mercedes of Fallen Monkeys pit stop down here after that incident with Scar Logan there. Had to go replace his wing. Chilmo getting ever so closer to Catastrophic. This is a very good battle between these two here, and not ready to give up. Chilmo, is he? And down the straightaway here, he gets a good line through that corner. Very good line. I don't think he's going to have what it takes to make it all the way down here. But as they're approaching turn 12 and turn 13, they're actually both of them slightly closing in on the Red Bull of Hartman. And all on the same tire, I believe all on the same age as well. None of them have pitted so far. So this is going to be a battle. I would wager that we're going to see an undercut here coming from one of these guys, potentially Chilmo there, as that would let him, as there you go. So the pit stop strategy is open. Kind of a shame that graphic is behind the track map because we didn't get to see all of it. Gap to leaders, we can really see just how far ahead Marksman is going, oh, that's a, is that F1 Richie? No, that's Mason Harris having another moment in that Ferrari, coming out of turn 11, and he's spun it. Looks like he's kept it clean out of the wall there, probably just spun on his own there, and he's going to lose a place to Jamer Mario. And actually, speaking of Mario, Dan also having some issues, so a lot of drivers at the back here just not getting a handle on this circuit at all. It's a new track. It's obviously these guys have not raced on it very often, if they have raced on it before in a league setting. And as drivers start to get a bit more used to it, you know, they do it at different speeds, and it comes to no surprise some of these guys are just better at adapting to new tracks than others. And Mason Harris, he's going to DNF there. I believe Aizen is coming up to that stranded Ferrari. And yeah, he just got right into the wall there, and it looks like he just probably had an issue into that corner, and it's going to trigger a virtual safety car. So that should let everybody recharge on the ERS a little bit. Not going to affect the race too much, as we see all the leaders kind of away from the pit lane. It's going to allow MTR Bika to get a pit stop at a discount, so to speak, as he gets to save a bit of time there, put the hard tires on, which should last him until the end of this race. So a second virtual safety car, still no actual safety car. Here in Zandvoort for the Dutch Grand Prix. Yeah, it's Tier 3. Let's these guys are going to get started again, and Marksman is going to pit right away as he rounds the last corner. Is Mivako going to react to this? And Mivako's going to stay out. What about Bill Matt? Bill Matt's going to stay out. I think doesn't want to get double stacked by his teammate. They're both going to stay out. Maybe just happy with the pace these tires have right now. As, what happened there? There was a very slow Renault in that pit lane, and I think that might have held up Marksman a little bit. Obviously, ghosting is on. There was no contact. He went right through him, but possibly just taking it a little bit slower, and that might cost him. He's actually come out right behind the other two cars here. Oh, we have another VSC, and still no safety car here. 3 VSCs here in the Dutch Grand Prix so far. Still no safety cars. This is giving everybody who's on a different tire strategy a great advantage as they get to especially those guys at the soft there, Mivako and Built Matt. Depending on how long this VSC is, they might actually be able to sneak in a pit stop there. Marksman not coming out as far back as I expected, so that gap must have been a lot bigger than I thought when he came into the pits here. Mivako going to pit here. Bilton Matt is going to stay out again, so he's under pressure from his teammate already, and he chooses to stay out. So possibly just trying to cover off, I don't know if he's trying to cover off Mivako. He's not going to get past Mivako as he lets Marksman buy some good team play there from Bilton Matt. He knows if he can just conserve this strategy, he might be able to finish top 3, but I think he might actually just unpit himself out of a podium there, as look who's right behind them, Stunik on the mediums. So Stunik getting close to possibly another podium for him, and I think he built Matt. If he pits, he gets behind Mivako, and that's going to put him into 4th place. And obviously the tire graphics are a little bit messed up here. But Stunik has not pit yet, so he's going to have to pit soon. But that's going to put him on a great tire strategy, because Bilt and Matt still have to pit again. And Bilt and Matt is on they're going to be putting on the same tire, and Stunik had that pace over Bilt and Matt on a hard tire compound. So Bilt and Matt might have he's actually going to pit now. Stunik should stay out here. He is. So Bilt and Matt, we're going to see where he comes out. I'm predicting behind Mivako. That's F1 Richie in the pits here. Ferrari's gonna gamble on the pit stop, gonna put the hards until the end here, which is interesting. Looks like he was on the hards already. Scar Logan still hasn't pit. Of course, serve that drive. Doing a good job at keeping that Haas close to the points there. But obviously, I'm sure he'd like to be a little bit further in. Of course, 15 drivers getting points here, so there's still 3 guys there at risk of not scoring this weekend. 2 laps down in the Renault for Dan. Fallen Monkeys 1 lap down. J Mario 1 lap down. Joseph Kosey's getting close, so he's not having the weekend he wanted, is he? 4th place finisher in last week's championship. We saw that Red Bull get a little bit squirrely there coming out of that that crested hairpin. But worry not for Joseph Kosey. He's still getting a point if he can bring that Red Bull home. Oh, big moment there. And that's where we see he's struggling. Like, rear end is all over the place. He's pit, so it potentially is just an issue of the tires not being warmed up. But, we see a lot of guys here pitting at the front. That's Joe Dimas pitting. Aizen is pitting. No, Aizen's going right. Yeah, Aizen is pitting. Catastrophic is pitting. Synchros is pitting. Built Matt is pitting. There's going to be a race coming out of the pit lane. Look at all these cars. Looks like they all reacted at the same time. And Catastrophic is going to come out P6. He lost the spot to Hartman and Chilmo thanks to that pit stop. But he does have the pit stop out of the way now. And this should allow him to remain out front as he covers off the undercut. I'm impressed with Astunik so far this race. I have to say P2 there for the AlphaTauri, but we're taking a look now at let's change that from gap to leader to the intervals here. Gordon Ritchie getting a little bit close to Synchros. Actually, it looks like we're getting a 3-way battle there. Synchros, whose internet has seemingly improved. We saw him lagging a bit earlier this session, but he looks very stable on the racetrack there. But we're going to take a look at this 3-way battle for 10. About 10 points on the table for 10th place. So the stakes still, they're not fighting for 1 point here. These could be valuable championship positions here, and championship points up for grabs for these 3 drivers, as F1 Richie in 11th place there, looking to close down on the Haas of Synchro, and both Haas's doing a decent job so far, I have to say. 10th and 13th, some good points for the team who desperately needs it after finishing out of the points for much of Tier 3. Looking down the inside is F1 Richie, not going to get it. That's going to cost him a little bit of time to Aizen. See another lock up there for Synchros. That front left is going to get very, very tired very quickly. I have to think. Richie though using a lot of his ERS, and it looks like Aizen saving patiently in the back. Oh, big moment there from F1 Richie. Look at that. Did you see him drifting around that corner? And that's going to cost him a lot of time to Aizen, and Aizen has the overtake he needs to get past the Ferrari. And I think down this straight, we're going to see Aizen move up into P11 as he gets a better exit. And in overtake does Aizen. Oh, but not enough there, because F1 Richie also used his own overtake. Thinking about keeping the position there, he wants to hopefully get DRS to Synchros. Down the main straight, so doesn't want to drop within a second further. Synchros catching up to Joe Dimas. Actually, this whole pack here catching up to Joe Dimas, who was a bit over a second off the road. And as Synchros gets DRS here, it looks like F1 Richie is going to do the same. But Aizen is coasting up behind him. Aizen not able to get past. So F1 Richie running lower downforce, it seems, than Aizen, because Aizen's just not able to get past him. Joe Dimas pitting now, so that's going to send him a bit further back. Running up the hill here is very crucial to get a good exit, because this speed that you get carries all the way through turn 8, almost turn 9 there, as you don't slow down all that much here into this downhill right-hander. And going nice and wide there, don't want to get too much curb, because it bounces the car up and down, it unsettles it, and it makes it a lot harder to take turn 9 and turn 10. So is Aizen going to be able to make a move here? He gets F1 Richie doing a pretty good job at holding Aizen back there. Obviously, he's being aided by the DRS he's getting to Synchros. So Aizen probably just hoping Synchros can either dart off in the distance or catch up to both of them. But again, Aizen not being aggressive enough with using his overtake, and it's costing him positions. Making a move around the outside here. F1 Richie's going to be far enough to do it. He's going to go for the switchback as he dives back below. He's not going to actually send it here. He's going to stay behind Synchros. Seemingly start to lack it. F1 Richie taking it very slow there. Running up the hill here. 0.2 behind. That's 2/10 of a second behind the Haas of Synchros. Running up on the curb a little bit, not too bad. I don't think he lost too much time, but Aizen taking a penalty, so not sure how that's going to play into the grand scheme of things, because not sure what everyone else has. Mivako is going to get past Estunic, but they're still fighting for it. Estunic is going to fight back, and into this tight series of corner. Estunic going to get the inside. He's trying to give Mivako a ton of room. That's going to make him go over the grass. It's going to cost him time. And maybe trying to drive that car a little bit too aggressively right now, because he's just basically giving up that position to Mivako by going across the grass there. More battles going on throughout the field here as we get towards the later stages of this race. Chilmo, Bilt and Matt are fighting. Chilmo having a great race so far. If only Marksmanlo didn't have that much pace, we could actually maybe see the first double podium for the AlphaTauris. I know Chilmo's been chasing that one. He's doing quite a good job so far, though. P5 for the AlphaTauri driver. Very well done. Very well done so far. Wayne says, shout out to Mario racing on his birthday. If you're talking about Jamer, are you talking about Jamer Mario? If so, I mean, happy birthday, Jamer Mario. And, I mean, P16 isn't where you want to be on your birthday, but, I'll take some F1, over my own birthday party, because, I mean, F1 is life, right? So I'm sure he's having lots of fun out there, not taking it too seriously. It is his birthday after all. We have, ooh, that's Aizen. Aizen had a big moment there. I think he's spun, yeah, he's fallen far back behind Richie and Synchros, fallen behind Scar Logan, actually. So not sure what happened to Aizen there, but that's cost him dearly in his battle for 9th place. He drops all the way down to P12. ISRL X, he's actually recovered quite nicely from that incident at the start, running in the point in 13th. So good on him there for keeping his head down, keeping the car in one piece enough that he's been able to drive with it. Cozy getting closer to Gio Dimas. We're seeing some gaps start to form. I'm not sure what happened to Chilmo, but he's fallen far back from Bilt and Matt here. 3 seconds. He must have had a moment somewhere on this racetrack. But on lap 23, we have 14 laps to go, almost a third of the way. Actually, we are a third of the way into this Grand Prix, as well, we will be as soon as the leader takes on lap 24. Gaps starting to form. We're not seeing a whole lot of battles. We saw them coming out of the as the pit strategies kind of overlapped there a couple laps ago. Looks like everyone's settling into their race pace here. F1 Richie running P9 there. Not he's still kept Synchros well in check there. As Aizen gets past Scar Logan. Scar Logan finally pits. Where's that Haas going to end up? He's going to put on the medium compound tire. Put on a new front wing, so that might explain a little bit of the trouble that the Haas had. Might have had some unseen damage there, maybe missing a flap or two. He's going to come out in P15, still in the points. Bit far back from Joseph Cozy, though. Wayne, this track is absolutely tough. It's tough on the arms, it's tough on your eyes, it's tough on your legs. And we're not even in the cars. It's a blast though. I absolutely love this circuit. It's a great circuit. It's a driver's circuit, so not a lot of I guess not a lot of great overtake spots, but a lot of great flowing sections through the track, and it's the kind of circuit that you just love to drive on. It's very fun, and you just feel so great. So many corners are just a blast to take. Some movement through the field. There's Chilmo pits. He's going to drop down into P9, but get the fresher tires. And is he going to come out? He's going to come out behind McLaren. He is. He's going to come out P10, right behind MTR Bika. It looks like we're another battle here. Catastrophic. Hartman and Synchros and Richie getting fairly close to each other. So you see Hartman there at the front. Catastrophic is the one that's closest to getting overtaken. Let's get the fastest lap here. Yeah, Markswell with a 1:12. He's absolutely dominated this race. He's had it easy in the front all race. And fantastic pace from the Williams driver. He's so far ahead from everyone here. Oh, that's a yellow flag. That is Joe Dimas. Joe Dimas spinning it there on the exit of turn 9. And, oh, sorry, turn 11. And, he's got it back going. All right, so Joe Dimas having a tough race so far, but he's got it back going. Chilmo getting past. Oh, they're very close, wheel to wheel there. Look, did you see how close? You could fit a. You can even fit a birthday card between those two tires, but they both got through okay. Chilmo takes 9th place. Catastrophic up 6 places. He qualified 12th. Hartman as well qualified 11th, and Stunik qualified 9th, and they are all up 6 places here. So some great racing from a couple of these drivers. Catastrophic under fire here, though. Look at how close Synchros and F1 Richie are getting to him. Less than a second that gap is. It has been for a few laps, I do have to say. Taking a look at the live constructors standings right now, it looks like Mivako is going to get 33 points. That should move him up to 113. And Stunik, if he finishes third, going to get, third. He's going to get 91 points, I believe. Marshall is going to move himself up into 3rd place of this championship, because F1 Richie's a little bit far down this order. So Markswell needed this race there. He's basically solidifying his presence in this championship fight, which is going to get pretty spicy through these races. Now, it's if you're not familiar with the new point system, it's points all the way down to 15th. Fastest lap point is now available all the way through 15th. It goes 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 40, 33, and 28 points. And then 4th, 25th, 25 points. 5th, 22 points. 6th, 19 points. And then starting with 7th, it's 16th, and it drops off by 2 points each position all the way until 15th position, where they get 1 point. So starting in 7th, it goes 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, and then 1 for 15. So a lot of points up for grabs all the way through the field there. Even an 11th place finish can get you some solid championship points for your team. But when you finish 14th or 15th there, it starts to be a little bit tougher to come back there. It's essentially a non-finish. As when you compare 1 and 2 points to the 40 that first place get. So it rewards consistent finishing, it rewards finishing the race, but it also rewards championship battles that are a little bit closer, as these gaps are smaller and various finishes, and they get affected by different finishes a lot more. Running on board here with ISRL X, who looks like he's getting close here to the Alfa Romeo, the McLaren of MTR Bika. running in the points there in his first ISRL race. Chris says, I just woke up. Don't worry, Chris, your race is next. You still have about 50 minutes before you're on the circuit. Tier 2 in 49 minutes from now. We're going to have a nice big break. This is a very short race here in Zandvoort. We're on lap 28 of 36, and already a lot of these gaps are evening out. Actually, I see Aizen very close to Joseph Cozy there. Looks like ISRL Esports is going to make a move on the McLaren, and he is going to get past him. Very well done there for the Alfa Romeo. Is Aizen going to be able to do the same thing here? No, I don't think he's going to be nearly close enough. He got close at the end there, but not close, but no cigar there for the McLaren. Synchro is falling out of DRS range of Hartman. Catastrophic though, down in P7. I guess Synchro's got past him. The yellow flag in Sector 2, that's for a stranded Renault. Not having a good race so far is Renault. But he's still stranded there, finally able to get himself straight again there. As you saw that dot on the minimap. These guys are coming up to him right now, actually. And this is the closest battle we're having on track right now. Look how close Scarlo is getting to Aizen. Just 0.2. And Joseph Cozy must be feeling the heat there of oh, there you go. There, I was a little bit confused as to who was on the side of the circuit there. It is indeed one of the Renaults, so nothing to worry about. But here we go. Look how close. Oh, and that's a big problem for Scar Logan. He goes very deep in the corner, and he's going to damage his wing. Luckily for him, there's no wreck there. He's not going to spin Aizen around, but he is going to have some trouble navigating this track there in the last 6 laps as he breaks his front wing. Great sights here. It's a beautiful circuit in Zandvoort, isn't it? Love seeing the nice touch that Cody's has made, putting orange all over the grandstands. I mean, we know that's how it'd look like in real life. Fortunately, we didn't get to see a Grand Prix there this year, but beautiful track. As I mentioned at the start, located in the sand dunes of northern Zandvoort. Little bit ways out of Amsterdam. Oh, what a move there from Aizen on Joseph Cozy, and gets it done there in turn 1. That was a textbook, but we got a safety car. Oh my goodness. Who is that for? That's Joe Dimas. Oh no! And MTR Bika retiring. He's what is he retiring for? Has he lost it here? And he has. So all of a sudden here, we're getting a completely different race here with 5 laps to go. MTR Bika retiring, Joe Dimas retiring. That's going to promote Jamer Mario and Fallen Monkeys into the points here. Wow, okay. Marksmello staying on the hard tires. Oh no, Mivako going on the soft. Marksmello, you got to pit. A student going on the softs. Bilton Matt on the mediums. He did not pit. Safety car is out on track. Hartman's pitting. Let's get the tire data up here. Catastrophic opting not to pit there. So we're seeing some different strategies from these guys. A lot of these guys saying, well, it's only going to be a lap or 2. I have time. I can hold these guys off. A lot of these guys saying, well, you know what? I think I might be able to win here. And this has completely changed this race. We have a safety car, lap 32 out of 36. I was seeing, I don't know, oh man, I was talking about Zandvoort. Aizen made a move on Joseph Cozy, and all of a sudden a safety car out of nowhere. These guys are going to queue up behind the safety car here. I believe the leader's already been, the leader's already been taken, so we just have to wait for everybody to cruise around the circuit. I think we're going to get a full 3 laps thanks to how spread out everybody was. So 3 laps to go soon here. And look how far back everybody is. There's only 2 cars lined up behind the safety car, and I have to wonder if we're actually going to get everybody to actually queue up there. These guys that didn't pit, they might have pulled off a little bit of a genius here by not being able to catch up to the safety car. Jordan says 3-lap sprint time. He's gonna get juicy. It is. I'm excited. Jay wants to see the penalties. I mean, yeah, we can take a look at that, Jay. Take a look at the tire stresses. We're seeing a lot of 4-stoppers. 5-stopper from Monkeys there, as he's had to change the wing a couple times. A lot of drive-throughs for speeding under safety car here. 5-second from Mason Harris. He's out of the race. MTR Bika's out of the race as well. Mivako has a 3 seconds. Stunik has a 3 seconds. Monkeys has served that one. Hartman has a 3 seconds. A couple more drive-throughs under the other safety car. It's amazing to see Aizen up in the field there despite his drive-through. Joe Dimas through two drive-throughs as well. These guys don't know how to handle safety cars, it seems. Or virtual safety cars. Look at the amount of drive-throughs here. Joseph Cozy with a 3 seconds. Joe Dimas with a 5. I believe he still has that one. Aizen with a 3. So Aizen, I mean, he's up there, but he's not having a clean race, is he? Jarbika, he's out. Stunik with another one. That's going to cost him in the end, I think. Jilma with a 5. Dan with a 3. He's out. Bilton Matt with a 3. Joseph Cozy with another 3. It looks like Mark Smello has kept it very clean here so far. And Chelmo gets 2 drive-throughs. 2 laps in a row. So it looks, so far, I think Mark Smello might win this race here. If even if he gets past, because the other guys have penalties. And on this restart, it's very crucial if Mivako or Stunik can get past Marcelo, or if they can't, that they build up a gap to those cars behind, because they're more heavily punished than the cars behind. They have more penalties. They're going to drop down the field if they don't build in that gap there. I think Chilmo trying to take some positions there. I think he's got some drive-throughs to serve. Safety car in this lap as we see Mark Smello hold up the field here. Getting ready to go for the Williams. You have to wait for the safety car to get into the pits. Durin says catastrophic might get a podium with the penalties. It's very likely, and away goes Markson. Is he going to catch up to the safety car though? Almost, yeah, look at that. You have to slow down a little bit, and that's going to let the guys behind him. We're seeing Fallen Monkeys right behind him, but Fallen Monkeys is a little bit down. Mivako, look at that. He has to struggle through lap traffic. Joseph Cozy needs to get out of the way here. And he's catching up, and we have a yellow flag there in the back. I believe that might have been ISRL X there, who had a bit of a moment. Fighting through the field, this has brought everybody back up together. As Stunek not able to keep up with Mivako, and he's getting closer to Bilton Matt as he's struggling to get some heat into those tires, and that might drop him some positions here that he wouldn't have otherwise dropped had there not been a safety car. These penalties are going to start costing people here in the later stages of the race. Here we go. Here, there's a big battle going on for 7th, 6th, and a little bit 5th there as Hartman goes down the inside of Chill Mo. Mo gets in the gravel. He's going to come back out on track, and he's going to have a big moment there. He almost takes out Synchro. He's actually going to spin himself out. He's going to drop all the way down into P12. F1 Richie, ISRL X going side by side. Richie squeezing X onto that curb there. That's going to compromise his exit. And look at that. We got 3 cars battling here. 4 cars battling, and who's gonna go where? Look at this. Look at this. X down the inside, but oh, Scar Logan's gonna go down. He's gonna have to spin him as he goes right through there. Almost spins out X. Synchro is going to stay a little bit ahead there, and X manages to stay far ahead. I think Scar Logan might have picked up some more wing damage. Aizen in 10th. F1 Richie managed to go from 8th to 11th in that one corner after he had a bad braking zone. He went very deep there. Hartman Esports and Synchros going side by side. And look at this through this turn 9 or 10 there. I don't have the map in front of me. It's too exciting. Turn 10 through turn 11. Hartman stays ahead of Synchros. And Synchros going to try to put a battle again. But Hartman might be catching up to Catastrophic, who stayed out on the hards. And Catastrophic is going to be under all sorts of trouble here as we're getting towards the end of the race. Oh, big moment there from Stunek. He's going to get caught up, but Mark Smello is going to cross the line first. Mivako in second. Stunek getting caught up by Bill and Matt. He's going to cross, but he's going to drop down. Catastrophic under fire. He's got into 4th. Stunek's going to drop down to 6th. Synchros crosses the line in 5th. X in 7th. Richie in 8th. Wow, what a finish there. That was an exciting 3-lap sprint at the end of the Dutch Grand Prix, and my goodness, that was enjoyable. ISRL Scarlo gets driver of the day there after his run up the grid, and he's going to finish 7th, I think, 7th or 8th. Great race there. That safety car at the end really came and put a wedge into anybody's plans of this race finishing like we anticipated. But on the podium, 2 Williams and an Alfa Romeo. Look at that. We haven't seen that in quite a while. Mark Smello wins the Dutch Grand Prix. Mivako 2nd, Bilt Matt 3rd, Catastrophic in 4th after having a very clean race. Synchros 5th, Stunek 6th, X in 7th, Richie, Scarlo 8th and 9th, Hartman closing as the top 10, Aizen, Chilmo, Joseph Cozy finished 11th, 12th, and 3rd after some great battling so far this race. Jamer Mario 14th, Fallen Monkeys 15th for the last point pitting position, and 16th through 20th they did not finish. That's MTR Bika, Joe Maz, Dan 990 SD, Mason Harris, and the deck all DNFing. Fastest lap goes to Marksville. That's a 1:10.457, and that should move him up, I believe, into 2nd or 3rd in the championship. Full standings coming out later this week, of course. And yeah, that's it. We're going to be back, guys, in 35 minutes for Tier 2 of ISRL Season 3 Dutch Grand Prix. So we're going to be back, yeah, in just a little bit. And thank you guys all for tuning in. We're going to see if we can get some of the drivers in here for some interviews. But this was an absolutely amazing race here. And that safety car at the end, throwing everything out of order there. I'm not even in a party. I was just talking in game chat the whole time. Good thing I have a push to talk.
We'll see. We'll see. Like,
All right, I'm not gonna make a let's make a party real quick. Let's get some of these drivers in here. I hope my mic wasn't too affected by that.
kind of thing, but... Oh, wait. Like, I'm gonna go shower before my tier 2 comes, so have a good one. Thanks.
And I'm just oh, actually, Mivak was already joined. He knows what's coming. He knows what's coming. Mivako, I got you here. We can't really see anything on the stream right now, but you're the first one to join. What about that safety car at the end, huh?
Hoping for a safety car, but at the end he was really fast, Marshmallow. I didn't. But yeah, it was a lovely race.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't boring on our end there with that late safety car. A lot of different pit strategies and a lot of fighting through the field. But you were out front most of the time, cruising comfortably there. What do you do when you're that far in front to keep yourself sharp?
I don't know, I was just keeping concentrating on the screen. I get a little bit bored, but it's okay. It's not that hard.
Yeah. Either way, it was a great race that should keep you nice and firm and first in the championship. And as you keep placing better, race after race, they're always near the front. Are you thinking of potentially a title so far this season?
Well, it's still early in the season. Everything can happen, but if I keep this momentum, there will be a change that I am in champions candidate, but for this far in the season we are only race 3. Everything can happen, so
absolutely. Like you said, it is a long season, but starting it well usually means that you can afford a couple errors along the way. You hope that they don't happen, but at least you'd be prepared. But that was a great race. Podium for you, and looking forward to see if maybe you can get back on that top step next weekend.
yes.
All right. No, it looks like nobody else joined the interviews today, so we're gonna end the stream here. Ivako, thank you for joining the interview there. Great race today. Thank you to everybody who tuned in. We'll see you guys in half an hour there for the Tier 2 Grand Prix. Same racetrack, different grid of drivers, and see you later, guys. Thank you all for tuning in.